Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I'm back in LA at Alana's. It's kind of cold here. I'm trying this new drink. It's called a pirate matcha or something like that. Anyhow, it's a matcha with chai. Delicious. After a few cups of coffee, it's a nice change of pace. Anyhow, here's the latest piece called Cancerian Love. I can't recall who told me Elise owned the thrift store in town now. I walked in with Martell and she greeted us at the door. Benny Chope section is over there, she said, and Marvin Seller's section is straight ahead. She starts to tell me about them. I know those guys, I said, my eyes welling up with tears. I walk over to the Benny section, but it's empty. Someone bought it all, she told me sadly. The racks stood empty. Benny was my first mentor. He hired me to work on his fishing boat after I quit my dishwashing job at Dobie's Deli. The whale song was the slowest boat in the fleet, and Benny was the only Inupiat I knew. He smoked like a chimney. Get the bow where you want it, and then hold this button until it turns red, and the autopilot will kick on. The white fiberglass hull gently rocks as it cuts the smooth, gentle swells coming out of the south. Go make some coffee and bacon and eggs. I head down onto the galley. I've never cooked before, but it didn't take long to get the hang of boat cooking. I grab the food out of the cooler on the back deck, fill the kettle with water, and place the pan on the raised rail top of the diesel oven. I layer the thick slabs of fatty pig belly and wait. I look out on deck. Benny's standing on the gray fish hold, cut off extra tufts, hugging the folded bottom of his faded Levi's, and a white Hanes t-shirt softly clinging to his well-defined pecs and framing his dark-muscled arms. A camel hangs from his lips, dangling in the wind. As he stares off into the horizon, his feet anchored, the rest of his body remains perpendicular to the horizon as the deck sways underneath him. I want that feeling so bad. I'm still fighting the motion. My timing's off. I step into the rising and tumble as the railings fall. I'm always holding on to something, and the idea of balance seems unattainable. Jumper, he yells as he leaps up the ladder to the bridge. I slam into the back door as the boat swerves hard and fast to starboard. Get your gear on, he yells over the roar of the engine. I peek in the galley as I hear the pot and the pan slam against the rails. I have to sit to slide the orange Helly Hansens over my boots. I run to the back deck and grab the buoy. Now, he yells. I toss it over the fair leads, and it splashes into the backwash and drags hard behind us. Release the fucking brake. I flip the black lever. It's still stuck. The hydraulics, he screams with urgency. I grab the other lever and pull with all my weight for a few seconds before it finally clicks and releases. The white corks pop and crackle as the reel starts to spin. The blue-green webbing drapes down, and finally the lead line is in the water too. But it's catching a little bit on the back of the reel, so I reach down below as it spins and pull the leads with quick calculated reaches towards the stern so it doesn't backlash and shred. Some webbing catches on a button and yanks me towards the back deck and pulls my jacket open. I'm jerked hard, but it releases. I reach back under and continue to pull the leads away so we don't tear huge holes in the net. My arms burn, my back aches, legs are tired as shit, but there's no quitting in this game. There's a hit, he yells from above. Another! Yes! I peek up for a brief moment down the corks. They're dancing on the swells. The net is lighting up with splashes, and a few heads surge up out of the water. Trapped by the gills, the fish fall back into the tumultuous death dance. He kept me for one more year before letting me go for some obscure reason that I didn't understand. Even at age 15, I already knew how to push back on inconsistency and challenge authority respectfully. He squirmed a bit, trying to articulate in facts what was just a feeling inside. Sadly, he kept this guilt with him for the rest of his life. The last time I saw him was in a hospital bed. He apologized again. I wanted to cry. I didn't want him to feel bad. I told him I understood and that what I gained was worth so much more than that one thing. Maybe he just wanted to acknowledge it to me. 8 years later, after fishing on numerous boats and making tens of thousands of dollars, he leased me his old boat, the Nancy. He'd moved on to the Inupiat. I think he knew I wasn't fishing metal. He was just doing my dad a favor or for representing his mom or something like that. He had a hidden map on the galley wall. He lifted it up and showed me his colored tacks marking fishing boats and other boats. "Don't tell anybody," he said. "Now go wash the dishes." I'd never done that before either, but I figured that out too. I was 14 and could care less about catching fish. I just wanted to be warm. It was the first time away from my dad, and we fished straight for 23 days. In between sets, I leaned against the steel deck on the back, the steel rack, stack, I leaned against the steel stack on the back deck with a hard-on, thinking about Mary Wally. Her jeans were so faded you could see slivers of her ass and thigh. The crotch so worn, her folds of her labia were imaginable. I hadn't figured out how to relieve myself yet. I just ached instead. I cried silently at night. We were always last in line to deliver our fish, so we'd finish around midnight and head back out the river between 3 and 4 in the morning. The last conversation I had with him was about my uncle. He wanted to hear everyone's stories about him, about how he was bullshitting everyone, about the fish he caught, or said he caught. Everyone but me knew that he was full of it, and that's what he left me with. Alana's is mellow today. I'm happy the Ukrainian remembers my drink after 10 days on the road. Man Bun makes the first drink, which goes down quick, and the line is short, and the dogs and hotties are minimal. It's cool today. The ash is settled, and people are more relaxed. The Ukrainian makes my second cup. I exchange stories about Santa Cruz with Man Bun. The crema is perfect. He's a master. I'm feeling good about Monet, realizing her texting is just a little slower response time than mine. And she's not quite as verbose as myself. She tried sarcasm in a text. I sensed it, but it didn't quite know how to respond. It scared me because that's one of the things that I struggled with Lenora. Lena, on the other hand, is funny like me in a way I get. "See you in the unified field," she says, when we both let each other know we're taking naps. She's got words, plenty of them, and ideas to boot. She's attractive to me, but my heart is all draped in Monet. Cancerian Love is so rich and warm. I could lose myself in her sincerity and emojis. It goes on forever, God and Venus. She's radiant, sincere, and vulnerable and affectionate. I'm already collaborating with Lena on this film project, and I don't want to fuck it up. I mean, I want our connection to flourish in the highest, most unified and aligned way. Lena made this brilliant connection between the free love of the 70s and the ethical non-monogamy of the present. No wonder I find myself trying to have it all, but knowing it'll never work. She shared a post that made her think about my film and summarized, "Rugged and extreme individualism is a factor as to why collectivism doesn't work." She's just brilliant. Regardless of romance, I did reach out to some other friends today. I shared a dream. I can't go at it alone. I miss you guys. Love you. Hope everything's well. Back home, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.